Okay. I think this will be a fun thing to do. Just grading every NFL team's draft, talking about their picks and all that sort of stuff. And good lord, this is bright. So sorry, but just gonna do it in alphabetical order. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a scout or anything like that. I do watch a lot of football, um, and I've watched a lot of these guys. I mean, and I just do it for fun. Like I watched all these guys. I knew who they were. Actually, no, I didn't know who fucking Hayden Connor was. I didn't know who Kitten Crawford was. Obviously, I'm a big Ohio State fan, so I knew all these guys right here. But a lot of the guys I knew. I'm not like a draft expert. I don't dedicate my life, but I do it in my free time. I love football. Um, yeah, but so first up's the Cardinals. I thought Walter Nolan was a good pick. They picked him at 16, which I thought was a good spot for him. I'm a little biased, but I thought he was better than Kenneth Grant, who went at 13, but I understand why Kenneth Grant went above him. Thought Will Johnson at, obviously, what was this? 40, should be 47th pick? Yeah, 47. I mean, it's a great pick. I mean, I'm a Raiders fan. There was a lot of, in the early draft process, he was getting mocked to us at 6. And if you get him at 47, I mean, he's a great player. I don't agree with the fucking Trevon Diggs comp at all, but he's a good player. Obviously, his injury history. I've seen some stuff that his knee thing is like reoccurring or something. I'm not sure if it's not that bad. I mean, I think you got to steal. Jordan Burch, I thought was a good pick. He had a good 2025 or 2024, 2025. I thought it was a good pick in the third. I mean, there's not much else to say. I thought, he was there. They took him. He should be a good pairing with Josh Sweat. Cody Simon, I love this pick. I think he can definitely develop into a starter. Was the leader. Was a captain at Ohio State. Led the team in tackles. Just a great player. I really like this pick. I like him in the fourth. I like him in the fourth round. Denzel Burke. He was before the season. He was considered one of the best corners in the nation. Um, a lot of people had him in the first for the start of the season, but I liked him. I thought the fifth round was about where he should have gone. I thought besides that Oregon game, he really had a quiet season, which for a corner is actually pretty good. Um, Hayden Connor, I know who he is. I don't know a lot about him. Um, or no, I don't know who he is. Sorry, I was thinking about Kitten Crawford. No, I don't know who this guy is. I'm sure Connor started fourth. You're going to take this as a wide frame. I mean, if you think there's something to develop there, then I guess you take him. Kitten Crawford. Now I do know who this is. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know much about him. I've heard from what I've seen from Nevada, he's okay. I didn't watch a whole lot of Nevada games. Really, it was just a lot of Nevada playing other teams, but he wasn't something that popped out. I mean, in the seventh round, that's not really what you're looking for. You're probably looking for more traits and upside than you are than anything. But for the Cardinals, I sorry, I'd probably give him. I'd give him like a. I give him a B. I mean, not a stellar, like crazy good draft, but I think they did good. I mean, they didn't look like they. I think all these, yeah, they didn't really trade anything. They just kind of, you know, stuck and pick and got, just the players that they had been wanting. They probably had their boards set up somewhat similar. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this camera. So I think it was pretty good draft. Oh shit, sorry. I give it a B. Falcons. I thought when I was shit when I was watching the draft on draft night, this was one of my favorite picks. I was like, oh, Jalen Walker at 15. What a pick. Sorry. Jalen Walker at 15. Great pick. And then they just fucking ruined it. I'm not saying James Pierce at 26 is a bad pick or anything. It's just they gave up a first. I know they had like an awful pass rush, which we all knew because they refused to take a fucking pass rusher. But this was awful. He's a great player, ton of upside. Not great. I mean, or sorry, good against the run. Needs to be more consistent. But I mean, dude, you traded a next year's first to get him. I mean, I feel like I mean, I don't know. With how strong next year's draft class is supposed to be, I just don't get why you give up that much capital to go up and get James Pierce when, I mean, there were a lot of good drafts. There were some other good edge rushers down the board. This was another good pick though. I thought getting him in the third at the late third round, that was just a great pick. I think Xavier Watts is a great player with a ton of upside. Yeah, not much to say, just a great pick. Billy Bowman, another great pick. They got two great safeties. They still have Justin Simmons, so I don't really know why they prioritize safety so much. Or no, they don't have Justin Simmons. They still have Jesse Bates. Excuse me. But two good players. I mean, I get it. Uh, yeah, I honestly don't know who this is. He's 6'7", so he's humongous. So hopefully you can develop him. But if we're counting the fucking, if we're counting this as like part of their draft, like what they did to get James Pierce, I'm gonna have to give it a C plus because the players they picked aren't bad. Like these are quality players, but like you don't trade you don't trade that for James Pierce, especially when you got a great player at 15. And don't I mean I would have just stayed with my pick. So C plus. The Ravens. Now this is one of my favorite drafts of the whole class. First of all, look at this fucking class. Malachi Starks at 27. I think this is a great I like the Brian Branch comp is a little rich, but he's versatile. Not as versatile as Brian Branch, but he's really good. I thought he was a top, and for me, he was a top 10 player in the class, like just on the big board. So you get him at 27 to pair with Kyle Hamilton, who's also very versatile. Just a, that's gonna be a great player. I think Nate Wiggins um, showed some stuff last season. I think he's gonna turn out to be really good for him. Marlon Humphrey obviously had a spectacular season. He is getting older though, so I don't really know how much longer he's gonna stay like really really good. But I think there's I mean I think their secondary's young. I mean Nate Wiggins is young, obviously drafted last year in the first, and then you get Starks, you have Hamilton, and I think it was a great draft or a great pick. Mike Green, obviously this is one of the best picks of the whole draft. Hopefully that stuff with him off the field doesn't really isn't true. Obviously, hopefully he can whatever because that's the reason he fell. Because there should have been to me he was the second maybe the second best edge rusher in the class. I know he had bad competition, and that's what they use against him. He had a bunch of sacks, but to me, he reminds me of Khalil Mack, not Will Anderson. Um, that was a great pick. I mean, you get him, you put him on the line with Van Noy, Owe, um, Matabike. Um, and yeah, I thought it was a great pick, especially late second. Yeah, I thought this was another great pick. I thought Emory Jones was a great pick. I mean, obviously he's on the LSU line with Will Campbell, so a lot of people were looking at Will Campbell, but Emory Jones was solid. I thought at the 30 was another good pick. I think he's probably going to slide into guard for the Ravens, which is good. They definitely need a guard, and you can never go wrong with taking a line anywhere. So I like the pick. Another great pick here. I wanted the Raiders, my favorite team, to get him. We didn't. Just another great pick. I mean, you get him in the late fourth. Um, not much to say. Just a good player, good tackler. Should should play well with Roquan Smith, who's a great leader. Can learn under him. I don't know much about Trenton Simpson, who they have right now. I know a lot of people, a lot of Ravens fans thought he would be solid, but he to me didn't really do much this past season. But I think this is a good pick. Carson Venison, I've heard of him. Not really sure who he is. I mean, he's huge, so hopefully he can be good. So I'm just gonna skip past that. But yeah, this was a good pick. Really good zone corner. I just like him. He's got good upside, good size. He's quick. Um, needs to work on his tackling, but just a good player. I think Harbaugh can coach him up right. I think Marlon can help him develop. Just a good pick. I don't care about this. A lot of people, just because he's in Colorado, a lot of people know who Lejonte Wester is. Yeah, he's undersized, like this says, 160 pounds, but I mean he's a good player. He's fast. Yeah, he can return punts. That's really what you're getting with him. Aeneas Peebles is a good pick. I think he could be a good rotation depth player for you. I think that's what you're really getting in the 6th round most of the time anyway. But yeah, that was a good pick. No idea who Longer Beam is. Only thing I know about him is because he's in the Big Ten, so I've seen his name. Don't know who he is. Dellinger. I've seen him on the LSU line. Not really 100% sure, but for the Ravens, I mean, these first 4 picks are just, I mean, you might have 4. It's possible you could, I think you have 2 starters, and I think you can maybe 3 just straight up starters, and I think you can develop a lot of these guys. So I'm going to give them an A. A minus, because if this stuff off the field is true, then you're kind of fucked there. But yeah, I'm going to give them A minus. Bills. I thought they had a pretty good draft. Um, I think Maxwell Harrison was a good pick at 30. Fast corner, good ball skills, explosive. I would not say he reminds me of Dax Hill, but yeah, I mean, just a good player, good pick. I mean, you need a secondary, especially if you're not going to keep Rasul Douglas, who's still a free agent. I think he had a meeting with some team. Hope the Raiders sign him, by the way. But yeah, I mean, good player. I mean, you know what you're getting with him. Sorry. I mean, good pick. TJ Sanders. This was another good pick. I like TJ Sanders coming out a lot. Great run defender. Great size. Um, I mean, needed a guy to help plug up the middle. I think obviously that's what you're getting. I mean, the Bills, they're going to be losing Vaughn. That D line is kind of weak. I mean, you still have Epinesa and Ed Oliver, but you definitely need some more. You need some more there, and I think this is a good pick. Thought Landon Jackson was another good pick. Got a ton of upside. Needs to learn how to play more with, besides just having really long arms and swiping the dudes away and running around them. He needs to be more, more technical, have better technique and stuff like that. Epinesa, well, it's funny because he's on the team. Hopefully, he can learn from him. But yeah, good pick, good player. Had a great combine. Deion Walker, this was too high to me. He had a great 2020. He had great 2023-24 tape. Kind of had a fall off this year. Just kind of a finesse rusher. Great size. Was actually mocked a lot in the 1st round before the start of the year. Just kind of dialed down. I think it's an okay pick though. I just thought it was a little high, a little rich. Hancock. I'm an Ohio State fan, so I'm probably a little biased, but I love this pick. I think he's a great player. He was the most underrated player on that defense last year. You never called his name up because nobody was ever open when he was on him. I mean, it was a stacked defense. You had you had Burke, Downs. You had Sawyer, JTT. You had the middle with Tyleik Williams and all. Cody. But he was a great player. I thought it was a great pick in the 5th. Yeah, Jackson Hawes. He's okay. I mean, if they were going to take a tight end, they were going to take a pass blocking tight end. They already have Knox and Kincaid, who are great pass catchers. I mean, he's going to be a good tight end 3. There's not much else to say. Dorian Strong, don't know much about him. I've heard of him, don't know. This is a good pick. He's humongous, obviously. Um, I think he can develop into being good. Don't know who this is. 6'4" though. That's cool. Carolina. Thought they had. Oh shoot! I didn't even rate them. I'll give them a B minus. I thought the down the board was not. I thought Deion Walker was a little bit of reach. I think you could have gone a different direction from Harrison, but I think he's a good player. But I give him B minus. Carolina. I like this. I know a lot of people aren't high on McMillan, and I know the Panthers have an absolutely atrocious defense. This is the worst pro cop I've ever seen. He plays nothing like Michael Thomas to me. But he's got good hands. He doesn't drop a lot. 50-50 merchant, can't lie. Definitely could work on his route running, but he's smooth. I do like how smooth he is in route running. He needs to get more separation, but I mean, you've got a guy with all the talent in the world. He's pretty sure you're like a 4.4 or 4.5 for a dude that's 6'4", 6'5", 220. I mean, that's good. That's fast. I mean, for a guy that big. Um, I mean, at 8, I like it. Get Bryce Young a real weapon. You've got him, Lickett. You've got Coker. You've got Chuba. I think that offense could be pretty good. They've got an okay O line. It definitely still needs to develop more. Still young O line, but I like it. I like this pick. I think Bryce Young is set up for, he might actually have some weapons. And their defense is still terrible, so I'm not expecting to be that good. But Nick Scorton here in this mid second, this is a great pick. A lot of people, he could have gone first round. It was especially earlier in the process. I mean, I think just on A&M, he was with Shamir Stewart, so maybe people just saw how Shamir Stewart can all his like intangibles and him. A lot of people paying attention, but I think Scorton's pretty good. I think get him in the mid second was a great pick. I'm not saying I know who this dude is. Yellen. It's really hard for me to say his name. I know who he is. He's really good. Was on a really good and a really deep Ole Miss D line, but I think you got a good pick. I think this is right where he should have gone. I thought this was a good pick. Trevor Etienne, he, I don't know. He's okay. I don't know. That was a little high for him. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he'd definitely be good. I think he can complement Chuba Hubbard pretty well. Or Chubb, however you want to say his fucking name. I don't know. I don't know if I would have taken him here in the fourth, but it's not bad. Lathan Ransom, another Ohio State guy. I'm a little biased. I do think this is a little high for him. He's a good enough pass defender. A great tackler. Could come down and hit a motherfucker. Really smart. A little, he's really smart. I mean, definitely could work. Just got to work on his coverage, but he's got a lot of talent. He's got solid safety size. Going to be probably going to compete for the strong safety because I'm not really sure who it is with Carolina right now. But I thought it was a good pick. Cam Jackson. Good lord, dude. Damn, them D tackles at Florida. I didn't know he was that big. It was a good pick though. I like him in the fifth. Mitchell Evans, don't know much about him. Jimmy Horn Jr. I thought it was a good pick down the board. I mean, definitely really, really small, but could come in, maybe he could develop. I'd give the Panthers just a flat B. I like their first three selections. I like Ransom, even though it's a little high. But yeah, I give them a B. The Bears, I think every year their drafts get overrated and their offseason get overrated. Obviously, I'm kind of a Bears hater, not for any reason. They just think they're annoying, and I think their fans are annoying as fuck. But Colson Level at 10, I thought that was not a good pick, to be honest. I mean, I get you need more weapons, but why would you take Colson Loveland over Tyler Warren? To me, I don't get it. I mean, I get to me he's a glorified slot receiver. I don't think he can block very well, and I like they're comparing him to Sam Laporta, but Sam Laporta's a solid blocker to me. I just don't think Colson Loveland can block very well. He really just plays like a slot receiver to me. He runs routes really smooth. I mean, it's not the worst pick in the world. I thought Tyler Warren would have been cool with Ben Johnson offense, and it's okay. Luther Burden, same. I mean, it's a good pick. This is probably their best pick. I just think getting him in the second round is good. Um, he can come in. He's really versatile. Him and Odunze should be pretty good, and DJ Moore. But yeah, I don't know. I just it's a solid pick. They just desperately need a running back. Um, I thought this was a solid pick. Um, I don't know much about him to be honest. I don't watch a lot of Boston College. Shamir Turner. Um, yeah, I mean, just an upside guy really. Don't know much about him. I really just thought they're down the board dudes. I don't know if it's just because I'm a casual, but I really don't know. I knew who Zach Frazier was, but I really don't know who a lot of these dudes are. Um, I'd probably give the Bears a. I give them a B. Give them a flat B. Oh God, I thought this was one of the worst drafts. Honestly, I thought Jameer Stewart. I think he's good, and I think he can really turn into something good. But I thought 17 was too early. Was some of I forget who was on the board, but I remember watching it and be like, he's got all the upside in the world. He had a perfect RS score, if I'm not mistaken, but he had 4.5 sacks at college. He had good pressures, but like I don't know. I think with how horrific the Bengals defense is, and it really has only gotten worse over the offseason. Jermaine Pat requested a trade. Hendrickson requested a trade. Both of their futures are unknown. I don't know. It's not horrific, but I don't know. I thought it was a little. It's not. It wasn't an awful pick. It wasn't like a huge reach. I just thought they could have gone a different direction. Same thing here. Good player. I just thought it was early. I just thought you shouldn't take Demetrius Knight in the middle of the second round. I mean, linebacker's an important position, but it's definitely not. I don't know. They were obviously trying to replace Jermaine Pratt and Shamar, or not Shamar, Trey Hendrickson, I guess. I don't know if replace. Hopefully I'm sure they hopefully want to keep them both, but I mean, like, I guess they're preparing for it. I don't know. Dylan Fairchild, I thought this was a pretty okay pick, even though I thought they should have just taken. I think Ratledge was on the board at this pick. I thought that's who they should have taken. I can't remember though. This is an okay pick. I don't know. I think their O line's pretty bad though. Still, I mean, it's not great. It's not horrific bad though. Didn't know much about Barrett Carter. Linebackers at Clemson are normally pretty good though. Jalen Rivers, probably just gonna end up being definitely. I thought Taj Brooks was fine down the board. I'd probably give them a C, C minus, C minus. I think for the Bengals, I didn't like it. Honestly, I think they probably should have traded back in the first to get more capital with how weak their roster is. Cleveland, thought they also had a horrific draft. Um, I think they should have just stuck and pick and took Hunter at number 2, but they didn't. I think Mason Graham's a really good player, though. I hate him because he went to Michigan, but you think he's a really good player. I mean, you really bulk up the D line. You get him. You've got Myles Garrett, obviously. I like it. I like the pick. Carson Schlesinger out of UCLA, really a guy I wanted the Raiders to get. Really, really good player. Maybe this was a little early. I probably would have gone a different direction with who was on the board with this pick. Um, to me, he was a more of a mid to late second rounder, not a first second rounder, but still a good player. Good pick. I like him. I just, yeah. Judkins, I thought this was a good pick. An Ohio State guy. Love him. Is a good. Will probably be good NFL back. Yeah, actually, Joe Mixon's actually a good comp. Um, yeah, this is a good pick. I like it. Needed a running back since you're probably not bringing back Chubb. This was another really good pick. I love Harold Fannin. I think he's got all the upside in the world. He's great tight end. I love that. This was probably my favorite pick of theirs. Then this was horrific. This was like another like why, like why would you take 2 running backs when you have so many issues in so many other spots? I mean, he's a solid back. It's not like a bad place for him to like not a bad spot like round 4. It's like if you actually didn't already draft Judkins in the second, like I'd get it, but it's like. And then this, I mean, a really good pick down the board, but like it just makes this one looks like I just don't get it. I just don't understand their draft. I just don't get what they were going for. I'm gonna give it a C minus. I just don't understand. Cowboys. I thought this pick was too early for Booker. I think he's a really good player. Really, really good player. Um, Tyler Smith. He's on the Cowboys right now. But yeah, I think he's a good player. Really good player. I just didn't. I just thought it was a little early. I didn't even think he was the best guard in the draft. I think Grace Abel was. But he's definitely got to work. He's not very agile. Or I guess he is. He just doesn't move very well. But he's a good player. I mean, I think they've got a good starter here for a long time. But just thought it was early at 12. I thought this was a great pick. I thought Ezra Raku in the second round was a great pick. I really like this pick. Not much to say. Just a good player. Got him a good value too. I thought Siobhan Rebel. I really wanted the Raiders to get him too. I think he had a really bad. He had an ACL tear. Sorry, but I mean, I thought if he didn't have an ACL tear, I think he probably could have easily gone in the first round. I think this dude's a beast. I think if he's recovered well, if his medicals are good, I think this is a great pick, especially in the third. I thought Jaden Blue was another good pick. They need more on the ground. They don't really have much, but they got Deuce Vaughn, Jaden Blue. Did they sign a running back? I can't remember. I think they did. Hold on. That's right. They signed Javonte Williams. Yeah, I mean, Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, Deuce Vaughn. I think that's solid. I think that's solid. I don't know. I didn't mind him here in the fifth. Don't know much about Shamir James. I don't like him. I don't think he, from what I've seen, don't know much about him. Don't know much about him. Don't know much about him. I'll give him a B minus. I think the players they took, especially the first three, were good players. Thought Tyler Barker was a little early. But yeah, B minus. I think he's fair. Broncos. Good pick. I probably would have gone on offense here though. I think your defense is already pretty good. I think Ja'Day Aaron's a beast though. I'm kind of, which sucks because I'm a Raiders fan. So them getting him, like, it sucks here, but it's good value, good player. They've got a great secondary you're gonna have. He's really versatile, but you got him, Riley Moss, or you got him, Surtain, Riley Moss. Back end, you've got Hufanga. I mean, that's a great secondary, probably the best secondary in the NFL. Harvey, RJ Harvey. I think this is a good pick. Even though the Broncos fans on Twitter were making fun of the Raiders because we drafted Ashton Jeanty short, but then they drafted fucking RJ Harvey. But no, I think he's a good player. I like the pick. Maybe a little early though. Pat Bryant, solid. A little early though for me. I probably wouldn't have got him that early in the third. Thought this was a good pick. He's got great upside. You think he's versatile. He's got great size. Yeah. Didn't know much about Q Robinson. Thought this I'm not a big fan of drafting special teams in the fucking draft. I don't know much about him. I give the Broncos. I give them a C plus. I think this was a good pick, but it's just I don't know. Yeah, C plus. Thought Tyreek Williams for the Lions was a solid pick at 28. Maybe a little early, but Ratledge was another great pick, or was a great pick. He's gonna be a guard. That line is, I mean, you've got Ragnow, Sewell, Ratledge. I mean, you've got a great line there. Didn't really know much about him. I feel like this was kind of early though. Did they really? Never mind. Didn't know much about Miles Frazier. I actually like this pick. I think he's got great upside. He does have short arms like this says, but he's quick. He's twitchy. I think he's got great upside though. Dan Jackson. Don't know much about the white safety here. Don't know much about Dominic Levitt. I give them B minus though. Solid draft. Um, Packers. Matthew Golden was a good pick, but the thing is, the year they finally drafted a receiver, I think they shouldn't have. I think they have way more like pressing needs than a receiver, especially on defense. But I think Matthew Golden's a good player, and I think him at 23 is a good place to take him. I think that it was all in all, it's a good pick. Doesn't remind me of Garrett Wilson at all, but still a good pick. Anthony Belton, I thought this was a good pick too. You might have your tackle short up. You've got Belton and probably you got Zach Tom. I think it's a good pick. Late second too. Savion Williams, I like this pick. Another versatile, big receiver, quick. I really like this pick. I think he's got a ton of upside. Yeah, I like that pick. Braden Sorrell, I thought this was a good pick as well. Or Baron Sorrell, sorry. Not much to say, just another good pick. Don't know much about Colin Oliver. I do like this pick. You know, he's just another solid pick. I mean, there's not much you could say. I mean, it's what you're looking for in the sixth round, a rotational, situational guy. Didn't you really? Didn't know who that was. Neither did John. I didn't know who John Williams was, but I give him a B. I like these picks. Maybe you should have gone a different direction, but I like Matthew Golden at 23. Texans. I thought they should have stuck and pick in the first. I thought, especially when I saw what they got they got from who they trade back with. I can't remember, but I thought, I mean, once I saw what whoever traded with the Falcons got, I was like, good fucking lord. And I don't know what their affinity is with receivers. I feel like every year they're trying to get like another receiver. I know Tank Dell has like awful injury things, and Nico Collins was hurt last year. But I mean, I like the pick of Jaden Higgins. I thought this pick was way too early. I think you were crazy for taking him over Luther Burden. But I think he's a good player. He needs to work on separation and stuff. But this was a little early for him too. Ursaria, I don't know. But he's not bad. I thought this was a really good pick, though. I like Jalen. I actually thought he was better than Jaden Higgins to me. Yeah. Jalen Smith, this was a good pick. Has a lot of upside. No idea. Or I do. I mean, yes, I know. I mean, just I didn't watch him. I didn't watch a lot of USC. Jalen Reed, don't know. This was stupid. Don't know. Don't know. C plus. But the Colts had a really good draft. I thought this was a great pick. 14, amazing pick. Not much to say. Another good pick. I think he needs to be developed. I think he's got a great lower half, and I think he's got good technique. Flashes a lot. Has had like games where he just takes over, but needs to be more consistent. Um, don't know. Thought this was a good pick. Um, yeah, I think he can definitely develop and be a starter. That DJ Giddens was a good pick. I think he's solid. I think he's got a good upside. I don't know why they took him. Don't know. Don't know. I'd give them a B though. I think they had a good draft. Jacksonville. I thought trading up for Hunter was huge. I think that was a great pick. Now to say, you know what you're getting with him. You're getting a stud. So, but this was a good pick too. Um, I like Ranshaw. I like how good of a tackler he is. Um, yeah, I mean, like him. But this was a good pick too. I mean, this is a guy I wanted the Raiders to get about this same spot. Um, I think he has potential to be a starter in the NFL. To be honest, I think he's great. I think he's probably gonna move into guard, and I think he's being a damn good guard. Don't know much about Tootin. I heard of him. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. I don't know much about him. I thought Jack Kaiser was a good pick, a leader, um, just a great run defender. Plays with a lot of heart, as you could have guessed by looking at him. But yeah, I like him. I like him in the fourth. McLeod, don't know. I don't. Oh, I do know who Jonah Monaheim is. Versatile, solid player. Hopefully, you're looking for some depth here. Don't know who the Quinn. I'll give the Jaguars a B though. I think they had a good draft. I fucking hate the Chiefs, but damn, they had a good draft. I can't even lie. Josh Simmons at 32. I think if he's healthy, and if you get how he was playing before he got hurt, I think they got the best tackle of the draft at 32, which pains me to say. But I mean, that was a great pick. I thought Amar Norman Lott was another great pick. I thought Ashton Gillette was a great pick. I thought Noah Williams was a good pick. I really like the pick of Jalen Royals. And I don't know who these two are. I'm gonna give him an A. Unfortunately, I mean this is a good draft. I mean this is why it's the best teams in the NFL stay the best teams in the NFL. I guess. Chargers. This was stupid as fuck. You signed Najee Harris for I think it was almost $10 million, and you draft running back in the first fucking round. What's the point? There were so many good players on the board, and I'm not saying Amarian Hampton shouldn't have gone here. I loved Amarian Hampton. Sad that I have to hate him now. Stupid fucking pick. Trey Harris, another. Thought this was a little early for him. I like him. He is big, tall, and fast, but he's he's kind of like Jaden Higgins to me. I mean, please, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know. I think there were other receivers better than him available. Don't know much about him. I thought this was a good pick though. I did like Kyle Kennard. Don't know much about him. RJ Mickens actually, I like this pick too, but I'm gonna give him a C minus. I just don't get it. The Rams. Good lord. Terrence Ferguson. Okay. Josiah Stewart. Eh. I like Ty Hamilton. I mean, it's okay. It's just like, oh, they're no, no, no. That's who traded with the Falcons. They got their second or their first next year. So, yeah, like, then my team. I loved our draft. You get Genty at 6. I mean, probably the third best player in the draft. You can say what you want. It's a luxury pick. I think this dude's a fucking game changer. A plus pick to me. No way else should have gone. Jack Besh, TCU, sure-handed, had one drop. Um, very versatile, can play slot, X, Y. Um, really smart player, plays with a lot of heart. Well, not too bad, not too afraid to crack a motherfucker. Great guy. Love the pick in the second round after trading down twice, and you trade down twice, you get 2 seconds, and we'll talk about the or 2/3. Darren Porter. I mean, I think this is a fucking Pete Carroll corner if I've ever seen him. Receiver. I think he's actually 6'4", by the way. Receiver turned corner. Had the best single coverage grade, like one-on-one coverage grade out of any FBS player. Had 3 interceptions. I mean, ran a 4.3 at 6'4", plays like Tariq Woolen a little bit. Great ball skills. I think Pete Carroll, also a great special teams player. I think this is a great pick. I think with Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham, I think this guy can really develop into being a really good corner. Caleb Rogers, good player, good depth, or is gonna compete. I like the pick. Um, yeah, we'll likely play guard in the NFL. Like the pick. This is my favorite pick though. Charles Grant will probably stick at tackle. I mean, he's got all the upside in the world. I know he went to William and Mary, but he's a great player. Tosses motherfuckers around. Great in his zone scheme, which fits Chip Kelly's offense. So I think these 2 guys, I think Grant or I think Rogers could start at guard even, and I think Charles Grant could also eventually start. This is my favorite pick of the Raiders besides Genty. This guy's 6'5", ran a 4.3, an absolute blazer. Ran a really limited route tree at Tennessee, but I think he's got all the upside. I think this guy's a fucking beast. I love this pick. Tonka Hemingway, good pick. I mean, good player. Um, good. Probably not going to be a starter. Going to be a good rotational player though. I thought JJ Pegues or Peas, I'm not really sure how you say it. I've heard both. Thought he was a good pick though. Really versatile. Obviously, fucking played wildcat quarterback, fullback, and all that. Gonna love that. I mean, super agile. Got all the upside. Really, really like this pick. Tommy Malott probably gonna switch to receiver. They have him listed as here. I mean, I think this dude is a. I mean, he ran like a 4.4. If I'm pretty sure. Quick as hell. Got a good upside. Maybe he would be a good receiver. Cam Miller, solid upside. One of the best FCS quarterbacks ever. Yeah, like 2 national championships, 45-11 makes. I mean, yeah, like it. Cody Lindenberg, I think he's got it. He'd probably make the team, and I think he's actually pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I give us an A. Dolphins, Kenneth Grant, too high for 13. I'm gonna talk about that bullshit. Just kidding. Yeah, it's just too high. I like him though. Good player. Jonas Savainia, good pick. Um, oh, that was from us. Good pick. I like it. Jordan Phillips, good pick. Um, yeah, I like him. Jason Marshall, don't know much about him. Don't know much about him. Ollie Gordon, no. Quinn Ewers, okay. I like him in the 7th. I think that's pretty good. I give him a B minus. Thought the Donovan Jackson pick was good in the first. Really versatile. A lot of people didn't like that pick, but he's really versatile. Can play left tackle on a pinch, right tackle on a pinch. Can play guard. Probably could play center. That Touch Felton was a good pick. That Kobe King was a good pick. And these 2 guys I don't really know much about, but I give them for what they had. I'd give them a B minus. Patriots, another one of the teams I thought had a great draft. Love the pick of Will Campbell. 4 is early for him, obviously, but there wasn't much they could do. Nobody was going to try and trade up. I mean, the only team you if you're the Patriots, you don't want to trade out of that pick for somebody trying to go up and get Genty over the Raiders because you don't want to lose out on not getting him or like Membu because Mimbu and him would have been gone by 10, I bet. I don't know. I like sticking the pick in here, and I like taking Will Campbell. I thought it was a good pick. And they got a good left tackle who I think could actually stick the left tackle. Everybody has the thing with his arms. But, I mean, he's an eighth of an inch off. Whatever. Good pick. Think he's got good personality. Going to be a good player for them for a while. Henderson, another good pick. I think him and Roger will be a pretty good together. TreVeyon Henderson, just don't want to overwork him. Don't want to get him hurt, but great player. Can just move it at any, take it to the house at any moment. Kyle Williams, great pick in the third. Loved him. Yeah, I mean, not much else. Jared Wilson, another great pick down the board here. Yeah. Craig Woodson, solid. Good pick. I like Craig Woodson. Joshua Farmer, thought this was a great pick in the fourth. I mean, yeah, just another good pick. I thought Braden Swinson was a great pick as well. This one, I don't know. Like I said, not a big fan of taking kickers. Whatever. Not a big fan of taking special teams. I said that. Cody Minor. Hopefully he turns into something. I'd give the Patriots an A though. A minus. Saints. Kelvin Banks at 9 was a good pick. This was horrific. I don't even feel like talking about that. It's okay. I thought this was a good pick though. Thought Devin Neal was a good pick. Don't know much about Quincy Riley. Don't know much about him, but I'll probably give them a C plus. I mean, I just thought this pick was fucking awful. To be honest with you, awful. Abdul Carter, love it, great pick. Not much to say. Why? Darius Alexander, good pick. Kemp Scadabo. Yeah, I like him in the fourth. Thought getting Mimbow in the fifth was a great pick. I just don't like this pick. I don't like trading back up for Jackson Dart. But all in all, I'd probably give him a B minus. Good pick, Mimbu. I thought Mason Taylor. Oh, that was a good pick though. Sorry for just moving through. Good pick here, Mason Taylor. I thought he was probably. Yeah, well, I don't know. I like the pick though. I think it might have been a little early though. Thought Azariah Tom. I don't know how to say his name. I don't want to say his first name, but I thought this was a great pick. I wanted the Raiders to get him. Didn't. I think in the third is a great pick. Arian Smith, Georgia receiver. Hopefully he doesn't go on drink driving rampage and murder somebody. But cool. I like Highmore. I like him. 2 Miami players ended off. Don't know. Hopefully they get to be friends or something. I don't know. Who was I just? Oh, I'll give them a B though. B minus. Jesus, dude, they had a nice draft. Great pick. Amazing pick at 31. Another great pick in the second round. Don't know much about him. Kyle McCord, I think, is a good pick. Complete opposite of Jalen Hurts, though, but I like it. Miles Hinton, sure. Cam Williams, good pick. Yeah, I give him an A. I mean, I thought this was a little early for Derek Carmen for me, but reminds me of Cam Hayward. I like him. I think Cam Hayward's getting older, so I like the pick. Caleb Johnson, good pick. Gonna be good. Gonna be a good tandem with him and Warren. Jake Sawyer, awful lower half. Love him though, great character, and just even though he doesn't have all the physical tools, doesn't have a super explosive, all this, he just does it, and I like that. I like a player who just does it. So good pick here. But in the fourth, yeah, I like that. Yeah, Black, great pick. Will Howard, another. I mean, I think he honestly, if they don't end up getting Rodgers, I think he might be the starter. I think he's pretty pro ready. I think you put him in a good offense. I think he would fit Arthur Smith's offense well. Don't know much about but I give him a B minus. B, solid draft. Seahawks, I thought that they had a great draft. I thought these first 2 picks were stellar. Getting Nick Emanwari in the second. Crazy Abel was a good pick. They actually took a guard. Thank God John Snyder did that. I thought this was early for him. I thought Milroe was a great pick. I think he's got all the talent in the world. I think if you want to move on after Donald after 2 years, and you think if you've developed him the right way, I think he could be something really really good. Don't know much about Riley Mills. Torrey Horton was a good pick in the fifth. Um, Damian Martinez was a good pick in the seventh. I thought Ricky White was a good pick in the seventh too. I give them a B plus. I really like their draft. 49ers, Michael Williams at 11. Not good. I mean, he's good, but it was early for him. I would have taken Jalen Walker over him. Alfred Collins was a good pick, though. Nick Martin was a good pick. A little early, though. Upton Stout, don't know much about him. CJ West, I thought was a good pick in the fourth. Don't know much about Jordan Watkins. I thought Jordan James was a solid pick. In the fifth, maybe, or no, yeah. Don't know much about him. Curtis Fork, whatever. I give him a B minus. Good enough. I think all the teams actually had a solid draft. Love the Emeka Egbuka pick. Thought Benjamin Morrison was a great pick. Don't know much about Jacob Parrish. Thought David Walker was a good pick. And I don't get that. Get this. I think Emeka Egbuka was a really good pick. I give them a B. Titans. Got Cam Ward. Who they should have picked. Don't know much about Oladipo. I've heard of him, but I don't know. I thought Kevin Winston was a good pick though. This guy's got a wow. I'm not saying that last name. Don't know much about him though. Gunnar Helm, good pick. Eli Io Manor, great pick in the fourth. I can't believe he fell to there. Don't know much about these guys. Fuck this guy. Good pick. I give him a B. B. B's fair. Josh Connerly, good pick. Trey Amos, great pick. Jalen Lane, good pick. God damn, they had 5 picks. What they had though, I give them a B. Good enough. And that's it. So yeah, I mean, let me go see something. Who was at the Bengals pick? Because I was ragging on them, but I don't actually know who was there at their pick. I think Grace Abel could have been a good pick. Derek Harmon, I might have taken over him. James Pierce, I might have taken over him. Jade Barron, but definitely would have taken over him. Yeah, I might have taken Jahad Campbell. I was a big Jahad Campbell guy. Yeah. Thank you though. I like talking about football. Let you know if anybody watches this if you guys like it.